Carl, before we start, I've just got to ask you a few things. I've got a load of paper here I've got to get you to sign afterwards. Is that okay? That's all right then. That's it. I've done my business now. Well, it will be or him. Right then, Carl, as we said over there, King of the Jungle, we're in the presence of royalty here. World Superbike champion, all-round nice guy, Mr. Carl Foggy. I was just coming to that. Carl Foggy, MBE. While we're on now, Carl, just do us a favour, just tell us, what was it like to receive the MBE back in, when was it, about 1990, something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was alright. Got a free day out at Buckingham Palace, and I think my dad nicked some towels out of the toilets actually over there. No, it was good. Yeah, I met the Queen and gave me the MBE. Motorcycling's best ever, apparently it stands for. Just, I don't know. And my mates would say massive bell end. Sorry.
I think I'll let you off for that one. Now, when you started, sort of like in your later career with Ducati, and you came out of bike racing, you went into a bit of development. What was all that about? What was going on with your development side when you were developing the Petronas bike? And where are you now with the development side with bikes and all the sort of like the follow-on stuff since then? How's everything progressing with the Petronas teams?
Well, I've stopped developing now. Yeah, I mean that was an interesting part of my life really. That when after retired from racing, and my links with Petronas go back to the sort of early 90s when I did some racing for them in Malaysia and won a few races for them. So that's where it kind of came. The contact came through to get involved with this project they were involved in building a motorcycle and going to World Superbike. Yeah, it was fantastic, really good time doing it. I mean, it's frustrating. I wanted to win races, but obviously with what we had, it wasn't always possible. But yeah, it was great 5 years being involved in. I mean, it was all just not far from here in Burton, where we had the workshops and everything. And yeah, to create a motorcycle from the drawing on a piece of paper within 2 months and be on a racetrack, it was great. I had a great time, great facilities, great hospitality, some good riders, and a great looking team. We just, unfortunately, the engine just let us down at the end of the day. But no, my days of sort of developing are long gone now. Just trying to stay alive.
In the mid-90s, early 90s, you changed, you were battling with Scott Russell, and then you went over to Ducati. What was the main reason you went over to Ducati, and why did you stay with Ducati for so long?
It was the best bike and I needed to win races, to be honest. Yeah, God, I mean, yeah, as I said, it was really the best bike, to be honest. I felt, you know, I was racing against them. I was on a Honda in 91, sorry, yeah. And, you know, I felt I was better than everybody in front of me, but I just didn't have the bike to do it at that time, really. So in 92, I bought my own Ducati, and by the second round, proved to the world how good I was. And I won the World Superbike round at Donington as a privateer on a bike I bought from a Ducati shop in Manchester. So, and after that, I guess the rest is history, really. I was signed by Ducati in 93 and obviously went on to win 4 world titles for them. But yeah, that was, you know, the bike, to be honest, I felt. It suited my style as a rider. And but, you know, it wasn't always the fastest bike out there. It was just the best bike for me handling. And I always said, if you give me a bike that handles, I'll do the rest. And I was fortunate to have a great, you know, career in the 90s, really.
Back in 1998 was probably the closest title you ever had in World Superbikes. What did that feel like, and what was the perspective from you as a rider, and also from the team? You know, when the pressure was on, did you relish in the pressure? Was it working for you, or did you just treat it as another day in the office?
No, I think I know the occasion you mean. You went to Japan in '98. The 3 of us could have won the championship, and it was me that kind of held it together while the other 2 didn't do really. One crashed out in the warm-up, and the other one just fell apart in the race really. And I kept it all together. Maybe a bit more experience than the other 2, I don't know. And yeah, I brought that world championship home, and that was the 3rd one. And yeah, very emotional to win kind of the other side of the world in the very last round of the year. And yeah, it was incredibly emotional really. And in some ways it's the best way to win in them kind of circumstances, but because it feels the best. But generally I like to have it wrapped up with 3 rounds to go. But yeah, it was massive back then, 90s, and obviously it became a household name through what I did, I guess, in the 90s on you know, with Sky TV covering it like they did, and all the big manufacturers are there, and Superbikes was absolutely huge, and until probably about 2003 really, when MotoGP came along, and then it was no longer then the biggest 4-stroke championship in the world. It was MotoGP was, and you know, that's where it is now really.
We've seen a lot of battles on the track with you and various other riders. If you could take any rider into the jungle and put them in there as a punishment, who would it be?
It'd have to be John Krasinski, really, to be honest.
Not Jamie?
No, I'm trying to get Jamie on Strictly Come Dancing next year.
I remember you saying once in a famous TV interview, I'm sure you've probably all seen it, you were racing against Jamie Whittam once and you looked across, there was a man there with one eye. Has he ever forgiven you for that?
Yeah, he gives me a lot of stick. I mean, you know, he's like Jamie, he's one of my best mates.